Recently, a threat actor has been leveraging malicious LNK payloads to infect computer systems. The attack vector consists of a USB drive containing a legitimate-looking shortcut to another drive, which actually runs a Powershell script and infects the machine. Today with MacroPack, we're going to show you how to emulate a similar kind of attack. The payload we're going to generate is a USB-dropped LNK that will execute an embedded batch script and PowerShell script to inject a VBA payload inside Excel. For this demo, I will be using a Sliver C2 framework shellcode for both 32 bits and 64 bits. The Sliver commands used to generate the two shellcodes can be found in the description. With MacroPack open in the list of scenarios, I will select Launch an embedded shellcode from the current process. Because I don't know for sure the architecture of the Excel program on the target machine, I will pick the 32 and 64-bit variant. This will allow me to provide both my 32 and 64-bit Sliver shellcodes, with the Excel architecture being detected on the fly and the payload executing the corresponding shellcode. Then I will select LNK as the output format and write a name that will be typical of a hard drive shortcut. Under the payload format, code type defines how the payload will be executed. For LNK payloads, three options are available to me: Excel macro via intermediate bat file, which relies on a batch file and PowerShell script to then send the payload to Excel, and two other methods, HTA macro and WSF macro, which respectively rely on mshta.exe and cscript.exe to execute the script that runs the payload. Here, I will select Excel macro via intermediate bat file. I can now move on to the options screen. In the options screen, multiple obfuscation options are selected by default. You may here customize the payload as you see fit. Now I will scroll down to the Social Engineering Tricks, and in the icon path field, I can here provide a path to the Windows Drive icon. This path I have written here will work regardless of your Windows version, and will always display the correct icon depending on which Windows version you are using. I will also enable Hide Minimize LNK CMD pop-up. This will ensure that the intermediary script getting executed by the LNK does not keep a console open during its execution. I can now generate my payload and move on to the attack demo. My Sliver host machine is ready to receive a connection. On my target machine, Windows Defender is running. I have placed my LNK payload on a USB drive along with some extra files to make it look legitimate. I will now connect the USB drive containing my payload. As you can see, my payload is there and looks indistinguishable from any other shortcut. I will then execute this fake shortcut. After a few seconds, we can see a new connection established in my Sliver machine showing our attack vector worked. This without Windows Defender raising any alert. I now have full access to my target machine. Thank you for watching this short demo. As we just saw, MacroPack allows you to emulate real attacks quite easily. Feel free to contact us to know how to emulate other attacks. You can visit bytheskit.com if you are considering obtaining MacroPack, and you can follow our Twitter and LinkedIn for news and updates about what we do.